Guys, welcome back to another video with Core Team Hawaii. I'm Derek Okahashi. This is Mahe Kahale. We've been talking about doing a Pidgin video, the dialect of English that we speak here in Hawaii. We get a lot of requests in the comments. To be honest, I didn't want to do it because the channel is about providing value about real estate in Hawaii. Here's the compromise. We're gonna keep it real estate, and we're going to teach you guys Pidgin. We're going to jump into the Pidgin first, but stay tuned, and we'll talk more about the history of Pidgin. Let's say we're writing an offer on a house, and we knew we were going to get it. Like, it's off market. You're talking to the buyer, and it's my listing, and my sellers want to sell to your buyer. Like, what's a word if when the buyers are like, do you think we have a chance?
Guarans. Or automatic.
Those are the two I was looking for. Las Vegas is the 9th island. When I went to Vegas to hang out with my wife's brother-in-law and friends, first time I heard automatic, systematic.
Oh, I have actually not heard that one. So yeah, that's
off the charts. Mahe, born and raised, Hawaii. Not just Hawaii, but like out in the kind of country.
Yeah.
Family, construction workers, local uncles, aunties, right?
Yeah, I'm like pretty much the only person in my whole family who doesn't speak Pidgin like regularly.
And that's what I wanted to touch on is because when they hear us speak, I'll say certain things. Like when I was on the mainland, when I would say like mountain, fountain, people would always be like, what?
The hard T's.
The hard, you respect
button.
the T's.
Yeah.
Button.
We respect the T's.
I mean, they're there.
Yeah.
Don't gloss over them. I don't think that we normally speak Pidgin on the channel, but it's there, right? And then for me, born on the mainland, not raised speaking Pidgin the first part of my life, even when I moved to Hawaii, as obsessive as I am and as immersive as I am into stuff, halfway through the first year when I moved to Hawaii, everyone forgot that I was from the mainland in terms of the way I speak. And then when I joined the Coast Guard and left Hawaii, people would be like, what are you saying? Like, because my Pidgin got so thick, it mellowed out, and now I'm just a mix. I've heard Mahe say, oh, that was real Eva Beach.
Oh yeah.
Because that's
his Pidgin's like a little bit different from mine. It's so weird. Like just there's a couple words that somebody from Eva Beach would throw in that like somebody from the North Shore like me like wouldn't use.
Yeah.
Like boo.
Boo, yeah. Or even like other islands. Like on Kauai, they say no. You guys want to go eat over there, no?
Got a buyer who is apprehensive and a little bit scared to enter this competitive market. What's the pep talk? And he's super local. And he's like, this is the first time he's ever bought a house before. How do you give him a pep talk of like, why it's a good idea right now?
Okay. So I think the progression, I might be like, easy. Then I would be like, cuz no worry. And if you want to take it next level, you say, no worry, beef curry.
No worry, beef curry.
Is that where you're going?
Yeah. That's like
we get them.
We get them. Yeah.
Yeah, we get them means like we have it under control.
Can.
Oh, can.
Yeah.
Can.
If can.
If can. If no can. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Or if it's possible, it'll happen. Our broker, he's from the Czech Republic, and he speaks like Slavic and Russian and all. He's like, if can, if no can, no can. I'm gonna throw in one more thing. The whole reason why I was like, I don't want to do it isn't because I don't want to give the people what they want. It's because the YouTube algorithm, it's aware of like, what are you doing? Are you a travel channel? And we didn't want to lead the algorithm towards that direction. So that's why we're keeping it realistic. I just wanted to clarify that. I want to give the people what they want, but we have a certain intentionality.
Rush.
Before I go again, we should address some low-hanging fruits, like the kind.
Oh.
The kind is like whatchamacallit. Somebody be like, hey, pass me the kind. And on the mainland, you say, hey, pass me the whatchamacallit.
Like, what's her name, too? It works
what's the agent? Oh, she's the agent for the other brokerage, the kind. Oh, I remember the kind. It's a placeholder, so you can think, right?
Yeah, it's like a placeholder, but also it's like a noun and a verb and an adjective. It's so hard to really like encompass what the kind is.
So would you say the kind is the kind and that's the kind?
Yeah!
And it's a word we use all the time. You know that song?
You remember that song?
Daryl Vibrato.
The kind is the kind and that's the kind. Yeah. Oh my God, I haven't even thought of that song.
And
you
live
across
Molokai.
the street from me on Molokai in Kuala Lumpur.
You're like 05, 06?
Yeah, 05. I'm an 05er.
Oh, that's year graduated.
Age-wise, if they like, I would call you uncle. Shut up. Oh yeah, Uncle Derek.
Not 3 years older. I remember the first time I was called uncle. Well, I think it was Makapu'u. I accidentally honked the horn and had this brother and turn around. And I was like, sorry, I was accident or whatever. He's like, nah, uncle. And I was like 28. Bro, now we can scrap. Wait, what?
I remember the first time I got called auntie. It was very traumatic for me. Yeah.
I think it is. How old are you?
Like not even 30 yet, like maybe just 30. I took my kids through the McDonald's drive-thru. I bought a McFlurry, I remember, and the boy who like handed me the McFlurries was like, "Oh, so nice your tattoos," and I'm like, "Oh, thank you," and then he's like, "Oh yeah, mean auntie." I was like, "Give me that McFlurry."
You
like,
figure they might be like 16.
He's probably
right?
in high school, but like I'm not your auntie. It's weird because like the transition age between like to go to auntie or uncle status, because it's like you're just like chilling, you're whatever, that's your brother, that's your cuz, whatever, then you graduate to auntie status.
I think it's late 20s.
Is it late 20s? And then you graduate to like kupuna status, which is like
easy.
I feel like the auntie to kupuna move up in status is so nice, like you like a plate, like I'm respected in the community
revered
now. Yeah.
There's
but then like
a reverence.
Sister to auntie is like,
what if we went to go see a house and it was just destroyed, like flooring bad, windows missing,
Is
pet
it dirty
smell,
also?
dirty, roof bad, ceiling caving in, an investment opportunity.
Okay.
How would you describe it?
Wow, I got a lot for that.
Yeah, there's a lot.
So Hamajang is one of my favorites, where it's just like all any kind, like it's all meant. Bus up. Oh, the thing little bit bus up, but
Well,
get
all bus.
all bus or all bus up.
Yeah.
Like, or you could say
BUSS.
BUSS.
Not BUST.
No. That it's like busted up, but like bus up. All bus up. Oh, pilau. Oh, it's kind of pilau. Pilau is a Hawaiian word, but we use it in Pidgin for like really, really dirty, like nasty dirty. I'd walk in and be like, oh yeah, a little bit bust up, but you know, you just like hammer the sheetrock over there.
Oh, easy.
Oh, you be like hammer the bugger. You just take the bugger off.
Hemo is like to take off. So you hemo your shirt.
Yeah,
take off.
hammer your slippers.
Hemo your slippers.
Slippers, not flip flops, not slides.
Not
Not
tongs.
sandals, not tongs. They're
Slippers. Refer to our Hawaii Kai video for that, where I was wearing slippers and showing slippers with dress pants. There's one with an M, starting with an M. Molepo. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's like Pidgin Hawaiian, but more on the side of Hawaiian. Like,
and I feel like
molepo.
in the 70s Hawaiian activist movement, maybe people were saying molepo, right?
I would like that's something maybe like my auntie would say, but maybe not like us. Oh, there's a word we use to describe us and when we're doing good and we're feeling good. If you got a strong agent, you
What?
You already know what it is.
No, I don't.
Yes, whatever. You use it to just like, oh yeah, when you say this is like when you're feeling good. You're working with a buyer's agent on your team who is like killing it, and like how you describe me sometimes and our whole team.
Hama.
I'm really upset at how long it took you to get there. I'm like, it's me.
Hama is like you killed it. Like killed it. In the South, I would hear people say like, oh, he's a bruiser. Like a little kid who's kind of wide and, tough.
What?
Yeah, a little kid boy who's like kind of wide and tough. Like, oh, he's a bruiser. I mean, like in football, he'll hurt people. He's a hoss. It's like a positive.
It's a positive thing. Trying to like cue up a friend if you're like trying to describe somebody so that the other person knows like, oh yeah, they're solid. They're good to work with. They're, great at what they do.
Their business went from here to here. Like those guys hammer.
Hammers, yeah.
They're hammers, or you could even be like, bro, those guys hammer. Like it could be a verb.
Definitely adjective. Like
adjective.
To describe anybody. Oh yeah, she's hammer. Synonyms for hammer are Mahe.
Private school.
Antonyms for hammer are Campbell High School.
Let's say you saw a house and it exceeded expectations. Like the listing was like, oh, good condition, good layout. You did a day of showings with buyers and they were like, you guys hit it off. You're lifelong friends after this. There's also a concert associated with it. A little bit Eva Beach, maybe.
What are you talking about? What concert? I can only think of like 3 more concerts.
What are they?
Well, it's like birthday bash. Major!
Major!
Oh yeah, it was major.
It was major.
Yeah, that's true. Like if it.
Hey, Pidgin's very positive, yeah?
Yeah, it is.
Thinking about as we're doing this. Hawaii is so lighthearted and carefree and positive. Even our slang, it was major.
Oh, it's major. Oh, she was major.
How do you distinguish major and hammer?
Major is like a feel or an
feel?
event, not like a person, place, or thing.
Let's say we were at Roy's and they brought out the Brussels sprouts, and you could be like, bro, these things is hammer. But more appropriately, it would be like major.
Yeah, major. Like, oh, Ty was on hammer, and this like
The waitress was in hammer, waitress,
Yeah.
but the food was major.
Major.
That agent's hammer. Like, they do a lot of business. Bro, the properties they showed us was major. I don't like this one. It bothers me. Someone asks you, like, oh, can we go see this house on Monday afternoon? And you want to answer affirmative. Likewise, hey, did you submit that offer for the one we saw Monday? And you want to answer affirmative.
like Raj,
Yeah.
like Raja.
Yeah,
Like,
Roger.
oh yeah, Raj. Yeah.
It
Why
bo-
don't you like that one?
Roger is like an affirmation. Like, I understand you, understand your command.
Roger that.
Like, I mean, when I'm expecting a yes, I hear Raja. That's not how you do that, but it literally is, because it's Hawaii and you do it how you want to do it. The English origin is there's a disconnect in how it's used,
Okay.
and it doesn't work for
So
me.
you have a mental block to it.
I have a mental block.
Okay. Raj,
You don't have that?
got it. I probably use that all the time. But actually, what would you use? K shoots instead of Raj? Like, what would be your? what
K
would you-
shoots is like a closing though. Like, if someone said, "Oh, you think we have a chance on competing on this house?"
Yeah.
I wouldn't be like, Raj. I wouldn't.
What would you say then?
I can. Yeah.
Can.
Get chance.
Get chance. Get chance.
Get chance.
That's another one.
But I don't be like, Raj. It's just so incomplete. There's so much left to it, you know? Like,
Yeah. I'm gonna like reply Raj to like everything you say from now on. Did you submit that offer, Raj? Yes. When would you use chansum?
this is usually how we do things actually anyway. People are like, okay, what do you think it's going to take to get this house? I think we take it and clean house with this kind of offer. I think we enter the conversation with this kind of offer. And I think chancing them at this offer, meaning I don't feel confident with the market the way it is. We're probably not going to get it. But I think it's worth writing the offer as an exercise to get your first pre-approval letter, to get things going. You never know.
You
so
never
I would
know.
like, chance them.
And the question form would be get chance.
Get chance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
chance 'em.
chance them. You go to see a community or a house, or people are asking about a community, and it's not like the best, and it's not the worst.
Not the best, it's not the worst.
You know how I'm going with this? 2 one-syllable words. SG.
Yeah.
SG.
Always gonna be S too.
Always gonna be
Not
S.
gonna be an H.
Not gonna be an
What are you guys talking
A. Not
about?
gonna. She.
Oh, she go.
She go.
Not could be with H, not could be he go. Yeah, that's
I
weird.
don't know where that came
I
from.
don't know where that came from.
Where?
either.
How? What?
It's probably something bad. I feel like probably something offensive.
Oh, so you went out with Mahe. She gonna, just
She
like,
gonna knock you out.
So how's X neighborhood? Like, she go good enough. She go. Like, I would live there. I could live there. I mean, it's not, but she go.
Yeah, it's not major.
Unless I don't know if this is more Ever Beach, but unless you go, cause she go.
Okay, that's different. When you
That's
use a
almost-
different inflection,
It's not quite major.
that's almost like ironic in saying it that way. Like using a word that usually means like not really, but like, or like okay, but in your intonation, you're like,
Maybe some irony in there. Mahe, saw it. Oh, I forgot accepted. And then the wife is over there. Tell me what she said. Tell me what she said. Yeah. Oh, I forgot accepted. Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Bless her. Never stress her.
Well, we just do that, yes, sir, bless her, like together.
See,
Yes,
there's
sir,
levels
bless
of
her.
sophistication.
That's a local thing, repeating things.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Kick. Like, do we really need to say it 10 times in a row for it to like be true?
We've talked about this, but I think where that comes from is like the Japanese or Eastern influence, where you're always like affirming. Like someone, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, for real. Oh yeah. So you're supposed to.
Okay.
It's almost like respectful and disarming to be like, I'm listening to you, I'm acknowledging you, I'm focusing on you
Yeah.
in the way that Japanese, he speaks Japanese. And we've acknowledged that like in Japanese, your like voice will raise. The only time you really do that in English is you want to disarm yourself, and or maybe you're talking to a child. Come here. Like you
Yeah.
get your voice high so they don't
Yeah.
feel threatened, right?
You know what? You're right. Pidgin has a lot of that like change in inflection.
Very tonal, yeah. Like, for real. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But here's the thing. Don't try this at home. We recommend you consult a professional. We in no way condone you trying to do this.
I mean, I could do it. I mean, shoot your shot, you know? Go. Chansum. Chansum is like maybe not as much risk involved, but like chajum is like, oh, that's like, I don't know how, but it's like, it's more daring.
That comes from like charging big waves, I think,
yeah.
Like paddle into a big wave,
Yeah.
just charge them. Having gone to Kamehameha, a Hawaiian private school that I would say prides themselves in their students being educated, going on to college, etc. You don't really speak Pidgin. Like even when you and I talk, there's like, we speak well-spoken English. When we go Pidgin, it's very, I think, conscious, and like we do it intentionally, and then we come back,
I definitely err on the side of proper English, always. So I grew up in a house where my dad was a Molk, and my mom was like first generation Japanese with like her stepmom was an English professor at Leeward Community College. So they were never allowed to speak Pidgin in the home. My dad could pretty much only speak Pidgin English, like when they got together. So don't know how that happened. But in our house, my brothers and I weren't allowed to speak Pidgin. So when we were outside, we could talk however we wanted. But in the home, at school, in front of adults, we just were not allowed to speak Pidgin. They wanted us to be able to like turn it off. If I'm out in the lineup in the water and I'm surfing and I accidentally like don't see somebody has a better position on the wave than I do, and I go for it, and I'm like, oh man, like that was yours. Like, they'll get upset. And like, if I know it's a local person, like being able to speak Pidgin properly and the correct way is like pulling out your local card and like letting people know that you're local. And so it's almost disarming for other local people, because they're like, oh, okay. Like, if you can pull it out and use it.
We were shooting video one day, and we walked by Home Depot, and I'm wearing a lost shirt, and they're like, oh, are you guys from here? And then so I was like, yeah. Oh, he's from Honokai. And then she's like, oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, so what you guys doing? But if I didn't speak that way, they probably would have been like, what you fuck is doing? Like,
you can't say that. It's like that thing we talked about where we have a little bit of a hard shell to begin with, but once you, thanks. But once you like crack through the shell, like being able to like, and like, this is not to say speak Pidgin if Pidgin is not natural to you. Speak Pidgin to a local and it's going to disarm the situation.
No, If anything, it probably makes it worse.
It would make it worse, probably.
The main thing people are looking at is level of respect and authenticity. I could even see a bunch of local bradas drinking, aunties cruising, doing their thing, whatever, and they have that token like Southern or New York friend, whatever. Sometimes they don't even know what each other is saying, but the respect vibes are there. The authenticity is there. Like, hey, this guy, when he moved in, he brought us food. Like you don't have to speak Pidgin. In fact, don't. In my opinion, don't.
Yeah.
Unless you're in a safe environment. Unless you're around people who allow you to goof off.
Yeah. If it's somebody you're comfortable with and they're like, so I would say like, don't try to like speak Pidgin. Don't make it like your mission to like be like the locals and like talk Pidgin like everybody else.
Not gonna sound good.
No, because it doesn't sound, but it is cute and adorable. Like if you've been here for a while and you're like picking up on the things, when you can like anecdotally like throw out a one thing that like makes sense. My best friend Lindsay on Maui, she's like from Nevada, and she's like been here forever. She went to UH. She worked hospitality with me on Maui. We were like headed to the beach, getting ready to go to the beach from our separate houses. I was like, where are you at? And she texted me, and I remember she said, I stay coming.
Yeah.
And I was like, my girl.
She's trying.
I was like, you're local now, because she knew what it went to use it properly. She used it in the right context, and then she's just like, hee hee. We just cracked up because she's like, just raven-haired, pale skin, and she went, I stay coming.
Or I could see your military friend being like, cuz major, like having the one
like a one thing to like throw in.
But then you say major, the kind, then you'd be like, bruh.
That's too much. Origins of Pidgin English in Hawaii. The whole state is plantation based. Originally, the first type of industry we had here is like sugarcane plantations. When they had all the immigrants come over, they were all from different places. We had Chinese, Japanese, Spanish, Portuguese, all the different cultures, and they all spoke different languages.
Puerto Rican, Korean, Filipino.
All any kind.
Yeah, all any kind.
So because none of them knew how to communicate with each other, Pidgin is a mix of broken English and all of those languages put together with Hawaiian as well. And that's the language that the plantation workers created to be able to communicate.
You don't hear too many ERs. And so, for example, realtor, a realtor is a brand. So someone could be a real estate agent without being a realtor. In Hawaii, it's technically realtor associate versus realtor, depending on your level of licensing. But one of my clients who we're closing tomorrow, he says, oh, nah, if we can make them work, Derek, I use you as my realtor.
Realta. No R's at the end of like any words.
Major.
The beginning of the word, yeah, but like for whatever reason, we just like forget about it at the end
Take
of the
out
word.
the OR, major. Major.
Just add
realtor.
a AH to everything. Give me a word that ends in R in English.
Runner.
Rana. Anything that ends in an R, we're going to forget it and get rid of it.
Let's say you overslept.
Oof.
Your clothes from yesterday, like, you only went to one meeting and you gotta go. Like, you don't have time to iron your other little shirt. You run them hard.
You're going to run them hard.
You run them hard. Yeah. It's a seller's appointment. They don't know you wore that yesterday. They don't follow you on Instagram. You run them hard.
We got deadlines to meet. We don't got time to iron clothes. We got to run them.
H-A-H-D, not H-A-R-D.
Right, H-A-H-D.
So we respect the T's, but we kind of disrespect the R's.
Yeah, we respect the hell out of the T. Mount Ted. Like, my friend's like, why do you say, but Ted, Mount Ted?
Yeah,
like,
I thought it was normal.
I was like, when did they teach us about the silent T in English? I don't remember learning about the silent T, guys.
On the mainland, no one's, like, it's mountain.
Button.
Button.
No, fountain. Mountain.
Imagine local girl moved to New York. Oh, high mocks now. High maka is like
a little uppity,
conceited. So
lady.
you're living up on the hill in the beautiful mansion. You don't associate with the commoners. High maka. Imagine that person speaks good English, takes pride. No, I'll never move back to Hawaii. But if they say fountain, they can't get rid of it.
Oh, no, you can't.
Even when I thought I didn't speak any Pidgin at all, people would be like, button? What? So in summary, you don't have to speak Pidgin. Don't worry if you cannot speak Pidgin. In fact, most people speak good English.
Not necessary. You're not going to be let into some special club if you learn how to speak Pidgin.
You don't need Pidgin to function and survive. Just have fun, be respectful. And if you want to pick a word or two to throw in and use as fun, you know, that's okay. But just remember, Core Team Hawaii is major. Hey guys, thank you for watching. I'm Derek Okahashi.
And I'm Mahe Kahale with Core Team Hawaii.
Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. We love hearing your feedback, and all those likes and comments put gas in our tank.
Make sure you check out our website. Be sure to fill out the contact form so we know how to reach you.
Check out the website, contact forms right at the top. Look forward to connecting with you guys for all your Hawaii real estate and living needs.
All right, guys. Mahalo.